The Order is a mod required for tournament and ranked play on the Balatro multiplayer Discord server. In this video, I will explain what the Order is, how it affects the shop queue, and how the shop queue works in vanilla Balatro. But before I get into it, I need to show you this graph. Never wanted to be the guy to show you a graph, but this is bad. Less than 2% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed. So, please subscribe if you like my content. It helps out way more than you realize. You can always unsubscribe later if you change your mind. Back to the video. The shop in Balatro works on a queue system, where a queue of jokers, arrows, planets, etc. is generated as you re-roll or generate new shops. Without the Order, each ante has a separate shop queue. With the Order, the shop queue is taken from ante 1 and is never reset. As an example, suppose you and I are playing a match of multiplayer Balatro, and for some reason you decide to reroll once in ante 1, but 0 times in ante 2. And I decide to not reroll in ante 1, but instead to reroll once in ante 2. In this case, we saw the same amount of jokers in the shop and spent the same amount of money. But without the Order, we would have seen different jokers. There is a world where your single reroll in ante 1 would have given you a blueprint that I would never see. And likewise, there is another world where your reroll found you nothing, and my reroll found me a blueprint instead. Let's consider the same situation with the Order installed. In the world where your ante 1 reroll found a blueprint, then in my first shop of ante 2, I would find that same blueprint. And in that other world where my ante 2 reroll finds me a blueprint, you would find it as well at the end of ante 2, since we had rerolled the same number of times. One thing to note is the concept of duplicate blocking. Put simply, this means that without Showman, a card cannot appear twice. As an example, suppose in the first round's shop there is a Mad Joker. I buy it, and you don't. In the second round shop, there is seeded to appear a Mad Joker. For you, this appears as a Mad Joker as expected. But for myself, I cannot see Mad Joker for a second time, and thus it is replaced by a different Joker of the same rarity, in this case common. The Order only affects randomness when it comes to the shop queue. Things such as the deck shuffler, lucky card hits, glass breaks, and what card or suit is chosen by jokers like the Idol, Mail-in Rebate, and Ancient Joker. All of these remain unaffected from the base game, and differing decisions by different players can affect their outcomes. This change was not implemented to remove all variance from the game, simply to remove situations where a game was decided by an arbitrary decision such as when to reroll. Another top player once said, "Risky rerolls should lead to a life being lost, not the whole game." With the Order, both players are given the opportunity to react to the same options presented to them. And remember, different players will make different decisions when presented with the same options. To finish this video, I will answer some frequently asked questions about the Order, since I've seen a lot of misinformation on the topic. The answers to these questions have been personally tested and verified by myself. Question: do packs have a separate queue? Answer: packs also use the shop queue, but take the next few of their kind from the queue. So for example, if one player re-rolls into 2 new jokers, when the other player opens a buffoon pack, they will see the same jokers. With things like spectral cards or playing cards from standard packs, this is more relevant, and these packs can be thought of as having their own queue. Question: what about specific RNG events such as the soul or black hole showing up in a pack? Answer: this is also dependent upon the seed and standardized by the Order. If I find a soul in the first Arcana pack, then you will find a soul in the first Arcana pack you choose to open, even if it wasn't the same Arcana pack that I opened. Question: does Judgment have a separate queue? Answer: Judgment uses the shop queue as well. It will give you the next Joker in the queue. If you were to reroll and see a Joker, that's the same Joker that Judgment would have given you. Question: what about Wraith and rare/uncommon skip tags. These do not use the shop queue and will generate a random rare or uncommon joker respectively. Although, skip tags that give additions, such as foil, holographic, polychrome, or negative, will simply give you the next joker in the shop queue, or free, with that addition. Question: what about Showman? Answer: Showman shows you the true queue. In normal play, if the game tries to generate an additional copy of something, it instead re-rolls into a different something of the same type and rarity. So a duplicate tarot card will be re-rolled into a different tarot card, and a duplicate rare joker will be re-rolled into a different rare joker. With Showman, however, duplicates will still be presented to you, so you will likely see different options than your opponent if you decide to pick up Showman. Question: what about Riffraff? Answer: Riffraff also does not use the shop queue, and will simply generate random common jokers, although these jokers are generated according to the seed, so two players who both pick up Riffraff see the same jokers generated by it. That's all for this time. Subscribe for more awesome Balatro content. Peace.